All right, GeneBurnett.com here to talk to you a little bit about an expression that has become very popular in the Tai Chi world. It's a saying in Tai Chi. It's also a saying out in the world, and that is intent leads energy, or energy follows thought. I think there's a Willie Nelson song called Energy Follows Thought, or a book by him called Energy Follows Thought. You hear intent leads energy all the time in the internal arts. I don't like that expression. And the reason is the word energy has been rendered damn near meaningless, or a slippery slope into evidence-resisting biased subjectivity, because everything's energy, and you start to feel like, oh, I can feel my hand because I'm looking at it, and that's the energy, or energy fields. And it's not that I'm not saying any of this stuff exists, it's just that it's such a vague word that it's open to so much subjectivity and confirmation bias and evidenceless beliefs and things that I just don't like the expression. I'm not saying don't use it. If you use it, lovely, and you know what it means to you, fantastic. I'm just saying, for me, I don't like the expression intent leads energy. I like the expression intent leads resources. And I'll tell you why I like that. It's concrete, and it's a lot more, I don't know, it's kind of tangible to me to think of it that way. The usual example that teachers will give when they say intent leads energy, and my teacher used to do this, and I've got nothing against it, but I'm just saying I like a different wording. So he would say, imagine a strawberry in your hand, a fresh, ripe, red strawberry, and you eat that strawberry in your imagination. You'll maybe start to salivate. You can, you'll maybe even taste it or visualize, and it will give you the kind of the hit of the energy of the strawberry, right? Or think about somebody creeping up behind you with a baseball bat, and you'll. So rather than say that leads your energy, which again to me is so vague as to be almost meaningless, I say intent leads resources. It's functionally based. So what do I need to eat a strawberry? I need saliva in my mouth, I need my chewing muscles, and I need digestive fluids down below to break that down and make it useful to me in terms of energy, right? So when I think of that strawberry, my body's resources that it needs to deal with that strawberry start to go online. They start to fire up. It leads those resources into action. I start to salivate. My chewing reflex is ready to go. We forget that, if you've ever taught a little kid how to eat, just chewing is not, it's a learned behavior. I mean, you have to kind of get the hang of chewing and swallowing, all that stuff. So those resources come on in order to help me deal with the strawberry. If someone came up to me with a shotgun and said, do a backflip or I'm going to blow you away, I don't know how to do a backflip, but I've seen them, and my intent to do a backflip would lead my resources into action. I would bend my knees, I would sit into my hips, I would crouch down, I would get ready to launch myself and hopefully flip my feet over and not kill myself. I probably would, but my intent would lead the best resources I had in order to manifest that intent. So I always love the character in Chinese writing. I believe the character for intent is idea mind. So it's like the idea in your mind. And to me, when you have that idea in your mind, it focuses, or when I have that idea in my mind, it focuses my resources. And those resources are there for me to succeed. It's my body which wants to do what I want it to do. So that means my muscles, my bones, my nervous systems, connections, blood, lymph, God knows what else, begin to align with that intent and prepare me to execute it. So it's really it's a wonderful concept. Focused intent plus actions that aim to realize that intent is a powerful thing. So the next time you do some push-ups, try just doing a few mindlessly, or count backwards from 100 as you do push-ups, or something to just distract yourself. And then do a few more, but specifically focus your intent on the specific muscles that are working. like your pecs if you're doing a wider one, or your tris if you're doing a more narrow push-up, your abdominals, of course, to keep you from sagging, your back muscles. Focus on the muscles that are working and feel them and work them consciously instead of just banging out numbers while watching TV or listening to a podcast or something. See if you can feel the difference that the intent makes in the exercise, how it marshals a total body response to what you're asking your body to do. It also tells your body that you're still in the game to have a focused intent. Retired people are often advised to, engage with the world and not shrink into watching screens. Like, do some volunteer work, follow your interests and hobbies, do things, because that engagement focuses intent. And that intent tells your body you're still in the game. You're not just going to sit down and watch other people play the game. You're going to be in the game yourself. And that marshals resources, and that is healthy. This is why people do cold plunges, cold showers, ice baths, why they, they do extreme sports and stuff, because pushing your body to these different levels leads resources. It awakes resources in the body that might be completely dormant if they weren't woken up. So I do all kinds of things every day to remind my old 65, soon to be 66-year-old body that I'm still in the game, that I still require resources. My body doesn't understand English. It understands actions. So if I want to tell my body that it needs to be ready to act, I need to do things like get away from my desk and get up and do 200 punches like this, something like that, and then come back to my desk, and then my body goes, oh, he's still in the game. He may need to jump up and do 200 chain punches at any given moment. So let's keep those resources alive and well and active. You see this all the time. Engaged people are happy and healthier than people who are not engaged, people who don't care, people who just watch TV, people who just do things passively. So thinking of intent leading my resources, so where my intent goes, my resources are marshaled to back up that intent, is to me just way more useful than a catch-all vague term like energy. Because, yeah, okay, it does lead energy, but what specific energy? Salivation, jaw, digestive setup, or which these muscle groups get ready to do the thing, the alignment, posture, breathing, all the things you've trained. So intent leads resources. I think that really works for me. A nice functional definition of that kind of phrase. If you like intent leads energy, and you understand what the hell that means, and it means something real to you, not just a concept, it means something real to you and your body that actually affects your life, then more power to you. It's just a semantic thing, really. I just like that expression, leads resources, more. So when I focus my intent, I notice, what resources do I have that come online when I do that? It's pretty amazing. I can learn from my own body, focus my intent, and then feel how that feels. And I can feel what particular, like if I just think about standing on a wobble board and throwing cards into a hat, wait a minute, the hat's over there, the wobble board would be over there. If I even just think about that, my balance improves a little bit, because I'm used to standing on that wobble board while I throw cards, and just doing that, my body recaptures some of my body doesn't know for sure if I'm going to actually do it, but when I think about it, it reminds my body of the times I did do it. So my resources start to come online. So maybe I'll go over there and throw some cards in a hat. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me babble on here about this. I hope it's useful to you. That's my main purpose here. I have a tip jar under this video, and a tips jar over at my website. Tips are great. They're encouraging, and they make my day, but by no means necessary or expected by me. I'm doing this to be helpful. So if any of this is helpful to you, let me know. It's always nice to hear. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.